Hi Maker, so today I have a ton of letters that I need to cut out for those big beautiful monogram signs that I make. And I thought I'd show you my process for pre-painting my boards because I have found that it is, for me at least, the most efficient way to cut out all these pieces and get it done as fast as possible. In the very beginning, when I first started making these signs, I hand painted the letters. And let me tell you, that was gonna be the death of me. And if I didn't figure out a new method or a better method fast, I was gonna give up altogether. So I tried the spray paint method. Spray paint and I, we just don't get along. What can I say? I feel like it's messy, I feel like it's wasteful, I feel like it takes forever to dry, and even when I spray paint and I set my letters into like a template, I still get spray paint that seeps off into the edges of my letters. I prefer that my letters be nice and crisp and that there be no paint on the edge. It just looks cleaner, right? But when I spray paint, I always have to touch up, and that's no fun. This is the method that has worked best for me, and I hope it helps you. You're gonna need an orbital sander, and I sand with either 220 or 320 grit. I like to use a foam roller. These are the best ones. I've tried a bunch of different ones, but the foam roller is the one that gives me the most clean, consistent paint when I'm using a roller. And I also use a paint rolling handle. And as you can see, I like to put this in a baggie and then I put it in the refrigerator because that helps me stretch out the use of this roller. In the beginning, I used Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. It's cheap, it works really well. I find that chalk paint, it dries really nicely and it goes on really nicely. But now that I make them so much, I'm probably gonna start buying by the gallon. And then lastly, I like to seal it with lacquer or some kind of clear sealant. Once it's all dry, I'll put masking over it, I'll squeegee it down, and then I'll throw it under the laser for my cut. So let me show you how I do it.
Now I'm ready to cut my pieces, and today I'm working with a piece of material that is smaller than my laser bed. When that happens, I like to draw out a rectangle first. That way when I nest my cuts, I know I'm going to fall within the size of my material. Now I'm going to select the pieces that I want to cut. Then I'm going to make sure that I have this checked off, cut selected graphics. I'm going to cut an 1/8 of an inch Baltic birch at 18 speed, 75 power, and then I'm going to send it over to my laser. I'll click send. Wait for the job to come up, title it whatever I want, and okay, send it away. Now I need to find the file on my machine, so I'm going to click File, search for the one that I just sent over. There it is, it's ready to go. I'm going to hit Enter, and now I need to set the origin and frame the job to make sure that it falls within my material. For this job, I'm going to move the laser over to the top right of my machine. Then I'm going to set that as my origin, and I'm going to frame the job to make sure that it falls within the space of my material. So here I go. I'm going to click origin, that way it knows where it needs to start, and frame. So now I'm just going to pay attention and see if I'm falling where I need to, and oops, I am just a hair off, so I'm going to have to reset my origin. So it looks like I just need to set my origin just a little higher and run it one more time to see if it falls within my material. It looks like I've got it right this time, so I'm ready to click start and get this job going. Occasionally, especially when you're working with a new material, you might want to pause your job and just make sure that it's cutting all the way through. You certainly don't want to spend 20 minutes to an hour making a cut only to find that it didn't cut all the way through. So you see here, I'm poking it down. I can see that the pieces are falling out, so they're cutting like butter. So now I'm just going to close the lid and continue my job.
So I am done. I have made all of my cuts, all right? And I like to keep all of my little pieces in like these, I don't know, I got these at Target. They're just like these little containers for a classroom, but they work well so that if I make cuts for several families, I organize them in my little containers, and I like to put them on tape, painter's tape, so that I can just keep everything nice and organized and I don't lose my little pieces. But that's it. And you can see now I still have the masking on it. My edges are nice and clean. And when I'm done gluing everything, I will just peel it off. And you can see there's my beautiful piece, nice and painted. So I'll keep my masking on, keep it nice and clean, and that's it. I hope that was helpful, guys, and I'll see you here next time at That Mom with a Laser.
I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what your method is like, and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.